Yo, my people, it's your boy DELB, and you're watching Factory78. Um, it's a long story, but I'm just gonna try and just say it as much as I can. Pretty much. I think one of the record that actually got to set me out was the first record I did with Flavor and Dari. Yeah, I think that was the song was titled Sisieko. Yeah, I think that was like the very first record because that record was actually done in my studio. So and that was pretty much the beginning. Then after that, I went in with Flavor and we did a song titled Shake. Shake went yeah, yeah. And that came out very good. Africa. It was it was a pandemic around African countries. Then after that, we did I think after that, that was when like everything started becoming like very real. I did a song with Casey and Flavor also. Before I went into production, I was just always around music. I used to sing in church, sing in choir, and pretty much that was it. And I just always wanted to make music, even in church. You know, I always wanted to just make music and just produce songs because I just felt like, I can do this thing now. I keep listening to music. I'm like, I can't make this beat. I listen to people like Dr. Dre. You know, of course, I was already playing the keys, playing the guitar from like age 11. I was already playing like the bass in my church. It was a white garment church with a whole lot of people who were supposed to be doing what I was doing, but the curiosity to just, you know, make music and just be around musicians. And again, the influence of my dad also, was very, very strong because my dad was like head of the choir, so that kind of just gave me an edge, to thrive. Yeah. I think the very first time I started working as a producer, I actually went in there to make a song for myself. It was the studio called MediCop. It's closed right now. That was like the biggest studio, the first Pro Tools studio in Africa. And that was where I started. I went in there to make my own song. By the time I was done, the engineer was like, "Guy, you're so good. Like, why don't you come work here? I can talk to the boss, to employ you or just put you on a trainer, whatever." So I was like, "Yeah, cool." And that was where everything started. So I started making music for other people too. Started producing. Then I this is like the very beginning. So like a whole lot of other things happened before I decided to set up my own, production outfit. We started in my own house. Then later on I moved into a studio. I think first breakthrough song that was like breakthrough was Limpopo. That was actually like breakthrough song because that was phenomenal. Yeah, I can't count right now because like it's a bunch of artists from upcoming to never coming, and the big stars, and so on and so forth. It's a lot of names. I don't think I want to be name dropping. Um, it's more or less like it's more or less like a job where you don't actually get to pause, to celebrate or count your wins. You just keep going. As for upcoming producers or upcoming artists who wants to thrive in the music, it's not about making one hit song or making two hit songs. It's about just being consistent, with what you're doing with the work and everything. The thing is, I try as much as possible to be very, yeah, I try as much as possible to be very open, and at the same time, very, you know, um, understanding with the artists, because these are creative people, and creative people always have this ego about their work or the things they do. So most times I try as much as possible to just, tell people, you know, let people do their best. Bring out the best from people and just, let them be free. Most importantly, if you let people be free around you, then you get the best out of them. When they're not free, then I'm sorry. Um, every song must have a hook. I think for it to be. I mean, not necessarily, but I mean, it must have a rhythm. Have a rhythm because that's like the most important thing. Every music has a rhythm. Sound has a rhythm. So for your music to make sense, it needs to have a rhythm. For producing artists,
Yes.
I mean, to be
So you
honest,
work with the up and coming
yeah,
artists.
yeah. I've done, yeah, pretty much. But I mean, I think for artists, I can't really say it was like the biggest budget, but for maybe like corporate organizations and things, the pay is a little bit much more compared to. But then with artists, of course, you have publishing, you have agreements and all these things, which at the end of the day, in the back end, pays you more, in the long time than you just getting an advance.
So how's your publishing like?
Right now,
Have you done it or are you just about to?
yeah, right now, I'm with Empire for publishing, and I just signed like about a year or so.
Okay.
So, and I have like a 2 years contract with Empire for just on publishing. Three things you should know about being a producer.
Yeah.
I mean, number one, you need to be able to be accessible. People need to be able to reach you. Get to you. Then you need to also put your head down and learn at every point. Because like you being a producer or you know how to make beat doesn't stop there.
Mm, mm.
You need to be able to like improve yourself and build yourself every day. Like go on YouTube, go on the internet, pay for these softwares, subscribe to these platforms where you can have things that will better your productions. And what makes a good producer? I mean, it's the fact that the music you make is relatable to people. I think that's pretty much what makes you a good producer. Because, I mean, if people can relate to whatever it is you're producing or making, then I don't know. People must be able to just dance, feel the music and enjoy the music. If they can't, I'm a badass producer. I don't see myself as a beat maker. I mean, even if I make beats, but then I'm a producer because then the beat maker just make beats. The producer takes it to the end. So far, man, I think music, originated from Africa, and everything you hear today, everything goes back to rhythm and sound, which is very African, you know, and that is one thing that you can't take away from us. Because that's like our thing. That's us. That's what. I try as much as possible to, just keep my head down and listen to every single thing out there. But the big artists. I mean, everybody who's inspired me so far, I try to listen to them and listen to, you know, the everything that is great out there, pretty much. Yeah,
Early days.
yeah. I mean, I think everybody has doubts, except if you want to lie to yourself, because I mean, it's just being human. Because like you have a mind and you think, and whatever you're thinking might not just be the right thing at that point in time. So I believe everyone has fears, and your ability to be able to control the fears and just get out of it and do what you really want to do. That's actually what makes you who you are. But everybody has fears. Everybody fear of the unknown, fear of the fact that you might not be able to make it. Because I mean, when I'm awake, I'm trying to go to bed. I'm thinking about my work. I mean, I believe that's the only way you can be successful if you actually have a dream, and like it has to be constant. There has to be a constant reminder. Except that is not what you're called to do. First time I had my music on radio. I mean, I think that should be a song I did for an artist called Orezi. I think that was the very first time I had like my production on radio, and it was amazing. It
Okay, it
was.
wasn't the first artist you produced for, but you took it
Mm,
to another level.
yeah, I mean that was pretty much like I mean because we all started together. Do you understand? Like, so it was pretty much like I mean before him, I was already working with people like One Day Cole, More Hits back then before they became Maven and all that. So
But they were already playing their joint on radio then when they.
yeah, I mean, but then I was just co-producing with Don Jazzy
Oh,
and
okay.
mixing as an engineer. Like I
Okay.
wasn't really producing, like producing,
Yeah, yeah,
producing.
okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
top 10 producers of all time.
Okay, we do 5, 10. 10 is too much.
Yeah, I mean, I can do five.
Yeah, if you
I
do.
can do five. Yeah, I think number one on my list will be I don't know. There's a lot of awesome producers out there. I just hope people don't get
Or can we just start with the home one and that one?
okay. Producers back
Okay,
home.
let's do that.
Okay, okay, cool. I think number one on the list um is gonna be Blaze Beat. I think I got the name right. Yeah, Blaze Beat. Nigga came up so fast, and he's doing like a whole lot of great things. And on the list also will be Saz, and on the list also will be Sheezy, Mastercraft, P Prime. I mean, it's a whole lot of.
Do you want to make it 10 then? Okay, easy, man.
Then I also have like producers working under me too, Twin Beats,
Okay, okay.
dope,
Fire.
fire producers.
Any producer you've produced so far that.
I mean, they did the song for Harry Song and Timaya. That what's it called? What's that song again? I mean, it was a big record. It was a smash. I can't remember the song, but
Cool.
they've been on the scene for a while too. Because I mean, they've worked under me for a long time too. I mean, I think that's just basic. Every day, people are different. People have temperaments. People have so every day you meet different people with different kind of behaviors and character. So definitely, I've worked with a lot of difficult artists. But then I don't want to put anybody on the spot. I don't think. I don't think there's anything that makes me different from other producers. It's just the fact that I just keep going and I don't stop. That's just
Yeah, you've been here for like 15 years now. Eh?
pretty much,
Yeah.
pretty much. And I still tell people like I still feel like I'm upcoming. Like the other day, my manager was happy. He has been around for a while. I was like, hell, fucking no, man.
You still want the OG, yeah.
I'm like, nah, man. I'm still an upcoming artist. I'm
You
still
don't,
trying to blow.
you don't want that title. Like,
I'm still no, no. I'm still trying to.
sometimes when they give you that title, you're in trouble.
They're trying to retire you quick.
Yeah.
When people start calling you legend, legend, I'm like, fuck that, man. I'm not a legend,
They're like, give
and
us space, man.
I'm just starting. I'm like every day I wake up,
Mm.
I'm still trying to figure out myself and learn new things about myself. So how you gonna call me a legend? What have I really done? Nothing. So I'm just.
What's the DELB?
I mean, pretty much everything that sounds good, that consumable, and people can relate to,
You want to tell you a secret?
people can gravitate to. I see. Real magicians don't give out their sauce, secret sauce. So, what stand out most memorable in my career? Um, I mean, I think pretty much just the fact that I'm a diehard person. I'm very patient, and I just always like to keep my head low and just focus on my goals. Most satisfaction in my life right now, I think, is my son. The fact that there's someone who is a human being. It's human. And I watch him every day, just growing up, learning things, seeing myself, in him, growing up and everything. That's just like, you know, the most amazing thing. I don't think there's anything that can be compared to that.
Is he started hitting the table
I
now?
mean, he's messing around with everything. He has a
Right.
he has a little piano in the house. He keeps beating it like a drum. He has a set of drums too. I mean, then he sings all the time. He just likes to compose music in his head. I'm like, who taught you that? Like, how can you just like he just sings,
Okay.
and that's amazing for me. The collaborations. So far, I honestly can place them in an order,
Mm.
but I've done collaborations with like, you know, beautiful, great artists, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I can't pick point one and say this is like, you know, one of my top favorite. But everything so far I've done with collaborating with artists has been beautiful. I mean,
Now.
as just like I told you he was having a conversation, with some people some days ago, trying to make them feel like say I'm an OG. It was like, man, from my position, I feel like I'm still upcoming. I'm still trying to get there. Like I'm still trying to, to do something, that people will love, that you will love, that the whole world will love. I mean, definitely maybe clothing because I love clothes.
Now,
Yeah,
sound like you could go for something like music.
a music match.
Yeah. I'll go for
Guy, we want every money. I don't care.
Okay.
All the money, clothes, music instruments, whatever, softwares,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
there.
of course.
Beat packs, samples, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I keep learning every day. I'm not gonna say I know so much about the music industry and I know all the trends. No, hell fucking no. I don't know all the. Sorry for using the cuss word, but I don't think I know so much about it. I'm still learning. Every day I wake up is a learning process for me. I mean, pretty much most times, everyone needs help. An artist is struggling to come up with melodies. What you do as a producer is help them. Maybe get a songwriter in the studio. Get other people that can vibe. And also create some melodies for them. Just guide them and help them through. And be patient with them also. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. Pretty much same thing. Just be there and be patient with the artist as much as you can till you're able to get what they are satisfied with or happy with. Yeah, I mean, people use samples, people use a lot of things. So I mean, there's a whole lot of things. This is a whole new world out there. Do you understand? Like most times, you don't even have to. These days, you don't even have to do so much. Cause I mean, just get on the internet. There are a lot of help you can get to, tutorials, softwares, plugins, whatever it is, just to help you, be create the kind of music you want to create. Yeah, how I got involved with Splice was through my manager and my friend, and I honestly, wouldn't take any credit for that because as far as I'm concerned, I'm just the producer. Everything that came with that, of course, came through my management and people I'm working with, this team and everything. So
They call it MIDI pack, is that what they call it?
it's called Sample Pack, yeah, on Splice. Yeah, there will be Afrobeat pack on Splice, yeah.
And people buying them, like,
Definitely, bro.
how's the royalty, how's the money, is it really?
Yeah, I mean, the money's been good for the money's been good for a while,
Okay, okay.
Can't complain about that.
So we advise other producers to drop in.
Definitely, because I mean that's the future. Do you understand? That's the future. People are always gonna sample your music, and if you make it easy and accessible, then it's a win-win for everyone. Everything is gonna change at some point. The fact that music is getting shorter, lets you understand that people's attention span these days, is getting shorter and shorter. With Instagram, Snapchat, and all that, people just want a 1 minute or 30 seconds of whatever. I mean, then again, look at I'm a piano. I'm a piano, and the intro alone is like maybe like 2 minutes gone already in the song before you hear any keys or anything. You're just hearing the beats, that starts, and that shit keeps going on for a while. And 1 minute is still going on, 2 minutes is still going on. Then the chords or the music comes in from there somewhere, So, and the song goes maybe to like about 7 minutes, 10 minutes thereabout. So then again, I feel like with the genre of the music and whatever it is you're trying to communicate, everything also works. However it is you're inspired. Some people are inspired to just make 2 minutes music, 3 minutes music, 4 minutes music. Some people are inspired to make a whole fucking documentary, I mean, I remember the days of Shino Peters when you play
Side A.
cassette side A and it sings to the end.
That's a 50 minutes. Of it.
Yeah, 50 minutes to the end. And side B is
I
also.
remember the lyrics.
But back then everybody sings to, even like, I don't even care where you're from. I mean, I was born in the north. I grew up around Hausa people, and I was very little when Shina Peters came out. But then to hear Hausa people who are not from my,
She don't change the genre.
people who don't even understand the language, sing to it, man, that's something else. I think it's here to stay. Definitely. I mean, people are just always gonna modify the sound and change the sound and add to it, subtract to it, But then it's here to stay. Afrobeat is here to stay.
So any other song you think is coming that we don't know yet, that you come around?
I don't have any
Maybe
secrets.
from Nas,
I don't have any secret to tell you. Maybe Elion has the answer. When we get to Mars, start working with some of the aliens. Maybe we'll have some different sounds.
what project are you working on now?
I have 2 different projects that are ready, like 2 different albums actually, ready to come out for release. And it's a whole lot of collaborations and also me performing alongside. So it's a lot of music.
What are the album or the EPs or?
I mean, it's like 2 different albums.
Okay.
Yeah, but then at the end of the day, I think we are trying to figure out how to go about with the release and everything. To know, which comes out first. And
Next year or towards the end of this year?
I mean, towards the end of this year, I'm definitely gonna drop a single for one of the albums. Yeah, I think it's a lot of collaborations. I don't know if it's right time. I probably need to ask my manager if it's right time for me to say the names of the artists. I mean, it's gonna be out soon, so trust me, your hunger and test is gonna be is gonna be taken care of. Yeah, of course, sure, definitely. I mean, I strongly believe 2003 is gonna be a great year because I mean, by then the full project is gonna be out, and the second project also ready to be out. Then a lot of other singles and collaborations coming true as soon as those are out. So, I mean, that's this is so like very very emotional for me because I mean I'm a father as well. So I mean, having a child and losing the child, I don't think there's anything anyone pray for. And, no child deserves to go through that. No parent deserves to bury their own child. And the truth is, when the whole thing break out, even on social media, like it's still even very hard for me to even up to now to believe that, that really happened. I'm still trying to mentally process it, like, because that's a difficult thing, man. It's hell difficult to process, and pretty much all I try to do is just pray for them in my own little time, and just, David and Choma, I just put them in my prayers and wish them, the best, and pray that God helps them to come out of this and. Whatever it is that God has planned, definitely will unfold. Yeah, I mean, I think for the next election, I mean, I expect to see more people come out to vote. I expect to see like more younger presidential candidates, compared to all the old people we have right now. I mean, it's, you don't even need a prophet to tell you or need, like, because I mean, you've been ruling the country for how many years? There's no power supply. Naira is falling down like and dollar keeps going up. So how, and we keep complaining that nothing is stable. So I mean, I think it's high time that Nigerians realize that these old people we have ruling cannot do anything. It's as simple as that. Even a stupid man knows that. Do you understand? So most of the time, like, I mean, I understand that people are hungry, people need support. People are employed through one way or the other with all these people and all that. But then again, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, you need someone who you can hold accountable for the life of the unborn that is coming, not just us right now. Because I mean, if everything is messed up at the end of the day, what are we keeping back for? What are we keeping for the children coming? Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing. You know, I think it's a good thing. You know, that's pretty much all I can say. I'm here with you right now. It's part of what I'm doing in the UK.
Okay,
You
okay,
know,
okay, okay.
interviews, you know,
Okay.
sessions, and all that, writing sessions, producing sessions, pretty much.
So who you working,
Yeah.
who you writing for at the moment, like having a writing session with?
Um,
Particular?
I mean, pretty much. It's a whole lot of. I don't think it's rare for me to just name, but it's a whole lot of people, songwriters from different places.
Different country or the UK or
I'm in
Nigeria?
UK, they're all here, based here that I'm working with. Yeah, just trying to expand the scope, and build that strong relationship with people out here, pretty much. I mean, of course, you can reach me on my social media. I am DELB on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's all I am DELB. Snapchat everywhere. I am DELB. Just search.